and that's a part of it, is you really learn to figure out what's most important and what's just noise,
Yeah, absolutely.
What is absolute noise.
Yeah.
And you put noise to the side and you just enjoy those moments. So if you're out there and you're in the situation, try to figure out what the noise is and put it to the side, because these moments, they're irreplaceable.
Yes. And there is some regret that, I wish we did different things, or some other things, or, the beginning time that we had we done the same things that we did at the end. Or just sat longer and, went for walks, or, just hung out and spent more time. But, it's hard.
Yeah.
You gotta, we had 2 kids to care for. Your kids were a lot younger.
Yeah.
So, I can't believe, or I don't know how they managed to get through what they got through. And luckily my kids were older.
Yeah.
And my wife Jen was able to see Kaylee in her prom dress, go to her prom, and we got a chance to tour colleges, do college visits.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
And she saw Liam make varsity wrestling. So something that was pretty amazing for a freshman to make.
Wow.
And that was truly nice, and the support that he got from his teammates was truly amazing, and the whole wrestling team, and his students, fellow students, and my daughter's students, friends at school. We've been truly blessed.
Yeah, and I know that it takes a lot of time to figure out what God's full purpose is in all of this. I mean, like for me now, I'm finally just starting to figure it out, right? And it took me 3 years to write the book. And now I'm kind of walking into what that purpose is. Why did we go through this difficult experience? And why did we lose this person we loved so dearly? And I'm just now starting to put the pieces together.
Good.
So don't rush yourself. It takes time. But I do believe that there is that purpose that you will come upon for why you went through this, why Jen's not here, and how her legacy will live on.
Well, yeah, definitely. Her legacy is...
it already does.
As it does.
Yeah.
2 beautiful children.
Right.
That I see every night.
Yeah.
And my, where I am today is because of her.
Yeah.
I truly believe it.
Yeah.
And I just... You don't know what tomorrow brings, but you just try as hard as you can, make it through each day. Just, as the old saying, take one day at a time.
One moment at a time.
One moment at a time.
Yeah.
And that's the hurdle you have. And, I've, a couple things that I found that, I don't read about the grief online, and people tell me, you're going to get angry, you're going to get this. And, I'm at a point now where I'm not angry. I'm happy that we had our time together. Obviously, for selfish reasons, I wish we would have had more time. But I don't think I'm at that angry stage. And I don't think I'll be there. Because there's no one to be angry at. I can't be angry at our Maker, because he gave me her, and he gave me 2 beautiful children. But at least that's for me. That's what I found.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this. Somebody told me this, that there are some people who get to live for 80 years, and they would not have done a quarter, a tenth of what Jen got to do in the time she was here. So it's why we would want our loved ones here is the length of time does not equate to the impact that they made.
Absolutely, especially with her job. When she's seen people at the worst. And she brought them back, and with the help of everybody from the ED and the emergency department, she's made a difference. A lot of people don't know what that's like. Don't know what it's like to save a life, or to make it just even like one of the things that I found after she had passed was that she cared so much for her patients and their patients' family. The butterfly is a symbol that people, most cancer patients, are familiar with. That it signifies changing the crossover from this life to another life, to a more beautiful life. And she started a program in the emergency department where families are going through this. That they will put a butterfly in the door, and that tells all the staff that they're going through something right now. Let them be. In addition, she got blankets donated. So hand woven blankets that she would give to the patients. And just something a little more comfortable than a hospital sheet, a hospital blanket. I mean,
I know.
You're familiar.
I know.
And just this past week, one of my coworkers was in the emergency department for a call that they went on, and hanging in the door that the call that they went on, they put there was a butterfly there. And they sent me a text message saying, "This is your wife's legacy."
Continues on. Wow. God bless her.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I haven't told you this. I remember being at her funeral and hearing the stories, the impact, the butterfly stories, the stories of all the things she had done. And I walked outside and I stood and I looked at her in the hearse. And then I stood in the green for a while. And that was the day I decided that corporate America was no longer good enough for me. That day, on the green, after leaving her funeral, was when I said, I got to do more that touches people directly. I mean, I had written a book at that point, but I wasn't fully committed to this journey. And I remember standing there that day and saying to myself, I got to do more. Jen has touched so many people. I got to be as accountable for touching people. On the green that day when I walked out from her funeral. And so she continues to touch people's in way. People, you probably will just keep hearing stories, you know. But know that you have possession for an angel. You have possession of an angel.
I do. And butterfly wings.
Yes, yes. And she's all over.
She is. And one of the things that I've shared with my kids is that when my father passed away years ago, just right after Liam was born, and it was Jen that had mentioned to me that when we were at the viewing, and I have an older brother and an older sister, and that everybody that stopped would talk was sharing stories with me and telling me stories about my father, and that helped me get through him passing. And I shared that with my kids, and I told them, to this day, I still get stories about what my dad did for them, things that I never knew, with little things. And I told my kids that people are going to come up to you. I'm going to share a story about your mom, about mommy, and what she did and how she helped them, and you're going to find peace with that. So and it was pretty amazing. And since the whole butterfly thing, for the first 2 or 3 months after she had passed, I was going on walks, and every day I would see a butterfly. So I knew she was with us. And then strangest places that you never thought of. We were down in the Outer Banks. We were walking on the beach, and there's some butterflies flying around. So she was with us. She's always going to be with us.
She always will be.
Yeah, absolutely.
She always will be. I love you. I love you. Come here. We're going to break protocol. Thank you so much for watching Racheal Fosu TV. If you liked what you heard, please subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to have your story featured, please submit it at rachealfosu.com. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.